Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we're discussing the story of the movie 2012. It was released in the year 2009. It has an IMDb rating of 5.8. The budget for this movie was $200 million, and it earned $79 million at the box office. We hope you'll enjoy this story. 2009, Adrian Helmsley, an American geologist, visits astrophysicist Dr. Satnam in India and discovers that neutrinos from a gigantic sunlight-based flare are making the temperature of the world's center increment quickly. Adrian goes to Washington, D.C. and gives a report on the discoveries to White House Head of Staff Carl Anheuser, who takes Adrian to meet the leader of the U.S. In 2010, President Thomas Wilson and other global pioneers start a mystery task to guarantee humankind's endurance. Roughly 400,000 individuals are decided to board sens that are being developed at Choming, Tibet, in the Himalayas. Simultaneously, as individuals' Freedom Armed Force are gathering volunteers, a Buddhist priest named Nima is emptied, while his sibling Tenzin joins the specialists in the boat project. Extra financing for the task is raised by offering passes to the confidential area for €1 billion for every individual. By 2011, humankind's significant fortunes are moved to the Himalayas, assuming some pretense of shielding them from psychological militant assaults, with the assistance of craftsmanship master and first little girl, Dr. Laura Wilson. One of the fine arts is the Mona Lisa, which is supplanted in the Louvre with an exact duplicate. Her chief, Roland Picard, is subsequently killed when his vehicle is constrained into a deadly car collision in a similar Paris underpass where Princess Diana was killed. Picard had found that the cavern containing the vault, where the Mona Lisa and other valuable masterpieces should be put away, was a phony area. In 2012, Jackson Curtis is a sci-fi essayist in Los Angeles who works part-time as a limousine driver for the Russian oligarch, very rich person, Yuri Karpov. Jackson's ex, Kate, and their kids, Noah and Lily, live with Kate's beau, plastic specialist Gordon Silberman. Jackson takes Noah and Lily setting up camp in Yellowstone Public Park. After an experience at a confined government research site with Helmsley, they meet Charlie Ice, who has a public broadcast from the recreation area. Charlie, an intrigue scholar, plays a video of Charles Hapgood's hypothesis that polar movements and the Mesoamerican long count schedule foresee that the 2012 peculiarity will happen. Hapgood accepted that shaky circumstances under the hull of the Earth would make it shift. Earth outside layer relocation. Charlie has a guide of the ARC project notwithstanding paranoid fear data about authorities and researchers from around the world who were killed subsequent to intending to caution general society. One such researcher loved Charlie's and had sent him the guide before his troublesome passing. The family gets back as seismic movement immeasurably increments along the west shore of the US. Subsequent to dropping off Karpov's bratty children at the air terminal, Jackson becomes dubious and rents a plane to save his loved ones. He gathers his family and Gordon as the Earth outside removal starts, and they barely get away from Los Angeles as the city slips into the Pacific Sea, racked by an enormous quake that obliterates all of downtown. As millions kick the bucket in disastrous quakes around the world, the gathering, with Gordon guiding the little plane, flies to Yellowstone to recover Charlie's guide, getting away as the Yellowstone caldera emits. Charlie stays behind to communicate the ejection and is killed in the impact of the removal of a debris cloud. Discovering that the boats are in China, the gathering lands in a crushed Las Vegas to view as a bigger plane. They meet Yuri, his twin children Alec and Oleg, sweetheart Tamara, Beatrice Rosen, and pilot Sasha. The gathering gets an Antonov and Tu-25 airplanes, and they withdraw for China. Additionally, setting out toward the Choming site on board Flying Corps 1 are Anheuser, Helmsley, and Laura Wilson. After showing up in Tibet, they observe that the boats are not ships bound to take the survivors off Earth, yet are Goliath seagoing boats, huge arks that can hold great many individuals. Helmsley observes that the lodges are entirely extravagant and just implied for 1 to 2 individuals, a reality he reprimands when he tells his watchman the room could hold around 10 individuals. Anheuser makes sense of that. The excessive cost of a room was important to subsidize the task, since the states of the world could never have stowed away the expense for extremely lengthy. President Wilson stays in Washington, D.C. to address the country one final time. With the VP dead and the Speaker of the House missing, Anheuser expects true authority. Washington is hit by the pyroclastic ejecta cloud from Yellowstone, which covers the city in a gagging haze of thick debris. Battling with others in the demolition, President Wilson is killed by a mega tsunami which conveys the plane-carrying warship John F. Kennedy into the White House, pounding it. Sasha and the gathering intend to land momentarily at Hawaii to refuel. In any case, the island chain has been crushed by volcanic movement. Forging ahead, Sasha fears they might run out of fuel prior to coming to Central Area Asia. They find that the seismic action of the world's surface has moved the Chinese coast 1,500 miles east, and they can make an accident arrival, barely getting away from death by driving a Bentley out of the plane before it skids to a stop on an ice sheet. The plane overbalances on the edge of a bluff and dives, taking Sasha with it. The gathering is spotted by individuals' Freedom Armed Force. Yuri and his children, having tickets, are taken to the Arks. Yuri icily leaving Tamara, whose issue with Sasha was something he knew about, and the others behind. They remaining survivors are gotten by Nima and are taken to the Arks with his grandparents. They hide away on the Ark with the assistance of Tenzin, who had an arrangement to sneak his family on board through a back entrance. As a mega tsunami approaches the site, an effect driver becomes held up between the pinion wheels of the Ark's water power chamber, forestalling a boarding door from shutting and delivering the boat incapable to turn over its motors. In the following disarray, Yuri, Gordon, and Tamara are killed, Tenzin is injured, and the Ark is set uncontrolled. Not long before he bites the dust, Yuri is capable to lift his children up to group individuals from the boat. In doing as such, he leaps to his demise. Jackson and Noah remove the effect driver, and the group recaptures control of the Ark before it can influence Mount Everest. After rising waters from the tidal waves subside, the Arks travel to the Cape of Good Expectation in South Africa, where the Drakensberg Mountains have ascended comparable to the ocean level and become the tallest mountain range on the planet. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe our channel.